I have gathered everyone here today to make an important announcement. Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project!
So the rumors are true. No wonder the price of building materials has gone up.
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ningguang. Getting involved in this would be a huge... Lady Ningguang, is there any...
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have... Nevertheless, I do have a few matters. The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been... They are as follows. Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang. I'm familiar enough with plastrite.
Only sufficiently large pieces of plastrite, or specifically vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows the Jade Chamber to float. Wonder Cores, meanwhile, Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti art. Although these three items are rare, I trust that with your... I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. I will pay a generous... You may ask me anything, and I will give you an honest answer. I trust that this means of compensation will be to everyone's satisfaction.
Думаю, мы могли бы достать какой-нибудь талисман адепта и тому подобное. Правда, черт возьми, не знаю, какой вопрос задаст ГГ, а мой вопрос будет, ли спит ли она с Бэйдоу.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information...
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from late... Haha, what a coincidence! I won't divulge too much.
No. We better move quickly.
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a huge deal!
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested? Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
Вы... В смысле о брате? А чё о нем спрашивать-то еще? Типа, если сюжет Галилея пройден, мы и так знаем, что он там тусует в бездне и видеть нас в ближайшее время не хочет, пока мы не завершим свой путь.
Really? Ooh, then Paimon will ask you about how to run a business. Then we'll never be short of Mora ever again.
А вот с Паймон я согласна.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will depend on... The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House... I have other business to attend to now. Remember, this is a race against...
Ningguang seems super busy. Come on, first we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh?
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this procurement contest, Lady Ding. As it happens, we have some
No, I don't need it.
Don't be like that. Why don't you stand... Oh, right, yeah.
Промежуточный том. Нравится.
That? They said they had some useful information. Information's just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can find out.
Согласна. Тетушка, притормозите. У нас есть ваш племянник. Мы можем договориться. У меня же был чугун, да?
Not here. Let's keep looking.
Well, will you look at that, man? Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some Mora.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
So what? She's loaded.
How are we ever going?
I've already told you. I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that...
Come on, ma'am. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over.
I won't...
No more excuses! I know you have money. I saw you. Yeah, I saw you. Strolling in, then seen you at kiosk. Then want me. How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't?
Master warned me not to lay a hand on... But here we are. Perhaps... yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you some...
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
Oh, you again.
Millilith? What are the Millilith doing here?
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
No, don't.
Как дипломатично. Я б просто морду набила.
Shenhe.
Shenhe?
Странная
name.
дамочка.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is, well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
Кстати, мне нравится. Prime Travel Buddy. Прикольно. Ну, ладно.
Oh, I've heard about you two before. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
А мне нравится ее стиль.
You can't do that. That's way too violent.
Паймон, ты знаешь, чем мы бьем врагов наших? Стихиями, огромными дубинами, острыми мечами. И побольше, чем по 3 раза.
This is Lila Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
Laws? No, apparently not.
Really? So,
That would be my stomach growling.
she's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the rest. Then of course you're still hungry.
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my, medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Boo Pharmacy's not far away. After all, you can't work on an empty...
Еще одна травоядная.
Do you think Shenhe might be an adeptus? It seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get how things work here.
А еще она
She is an
ест
adeptus.
цветочки,
That would
как
explain everything.
наша козочка.
Where does she fit in with the other adepti, though?
Are you here to buy some herbs?
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything.
Thank you.
She's real...
My hunger has now abated. Rather awful. Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance.
So, how come you chow down on... If Paimon had enough Mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest...
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the food of the mortal realm is most delicious. But should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only... Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains.
Enough about me. What are your plans?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! We came out to take... And now we're probably...
I see. I heard something about...
Yep! You get to ask Ningguang, and were you interested in the contest too, Shenhe?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention of joining a contest. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance. Oh, don't worry. I ask for nothing in return.
Wow! You really don't have to. But having an Adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
Then let's not delay. I have a plan.
Great! Paimon bet...
I am not sure whether or to what extent this we simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us.
Vito! That is not acceptable! Not by a...
Really? But I hear that competition...
Look, we want to win this Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils. Let's start...
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So,
О,
it's
Байджу,
you.
ты ж мой красивый, ты ж мой хороший.
Baiju? What are you doing out here?
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
Huh? How come Lady Ningguang needs so much wound dressing all...
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask, though. Far be it from me to pry into my customers' personal affairs. Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now.
Это уже
I don't suppose
цицит.
any of you are
Какая
looking for
прелесть.
No,
part-time...
no. We've got other stuff to do. While you're here, though, you seem to know a lot. Have you ever heard of some...
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the Seven Mountain Treatises. When activated, Sunset Vermilionite rises up all the way into the clouds. It's very rare indeed. As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of. But the Feiyun Commerce Guild would know far more about this than I do.
Okay, then. Let's go ask at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all. And if there's anything further you need from me, just come to the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Боже, мне нравится его манера речи. Да, ладно, он мне целиком нравится. Похоже, он выше. Ах, ты ж мой хороший. Ой, господи, какая змея. А, очечки. Еще и доктор. Кстати, получается ли, что если его ведут, то он явно будет лекарем?
Master Xingqiu, thank goodness you're finally back.
Oh? Why do I detect an urgency in your voice?
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders. Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to...
I see. Have someone sort the orders by type for now. I'll deal with them myself shortly.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Master.
Hey, Xingqiu. Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, please, Shu. I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being.
Understood, Master Xingqiu. Then I will leave you in peace.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on? And how, pray tell, may I be of...
Xingqiu, have you ever heard of Sunset Vermilionite?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady...
As well? Do you mean...
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some... We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction. And a lot of... At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm guessing the final transaction price may be in excess of 500 million mora.
Да, пожалуй, столько у нас нету.
500 million?
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly inflated, and it's...
But without any sun...
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Who?
Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away. Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds,
Seagazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most... After Seagazer passed, the abode was abandoned. Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique
That's great! But is it really okay? Wouldn't it be a little, disrespectful with him being an Adeptus?
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Seagazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bother.
Open-minded? I have not heard of Seagazer being described in this way before. May I ask where you read that?
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, let's go.
Видимо, эти слухи были лично в
There's
общаге.
something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of mine. Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when...
Okay, we will be.
Кстати, на одну хорошую знакомую, по-моему, не так формировка. Не хотела сказать, что он похож на этого хорошего знакомого. Да, скорее, друга. Ну, типа, на чугуна. Стоп, а как тут лучше?
Let's see. Shincho said it should be around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But now that I have removed it, we can inspect the area more closely.
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around.
Кстати, то, что она использует как, получается, заколку, завязку. Блин, это прикольно, просто чисто к тому, что... Блин, это здорово. Все на одежде носят, а она на волосах.
Hey, look! Is that a new Sealy over there?
Приведи нас к чему-нибудь хорошему. Эй, Делюк, собирайся.
The Sealy got to here and then disappeared.
Меня Гео смущает. Ладно, давайте откажемся от реакции и возьмем ГГ, что ли.
There's still a long road ahead.
What? Weren't we at a waterfall? Oh, so many clouds.
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus. With any luck, the sunset vermilionite will look...
Really? Let Paimon see. Look, it's gone and snuck. And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here.
These are not real clouds. They are the If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mecha...
All right, then let's do.
I sense the presence of monsters in this place.
Так, стопендрик. Мне теперь интересно. Копье, усмирительный предмет. Артефакты, церемонии, знати. Шикарно. Вау, вау. Вау. Даже жалко, что я ее не буду выбивать. Ну, у меня просто на нее ресурсов никаких нету. Но она крутая.
My will embodied.
The wind knows. That hurts.
Ну-ка. Не дай. Так. Торможу. Я забыла, что у меня есть люк. Прости, мой хороший, прости.
It appears that we've been taken for intruders. This time, you'll not allow me to take care of this. Take your true form!
The wind knows.
Take your true form! The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance.
Teamwork is true.
One with nature.
Whoa! We're gonna fall! Is everyone okay? Cecilia disappeared beneath the clouds again!
It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first.
Блин, а я что-то... Нет, я неправильно. Это был накупленный Беннета. Вообще, я хотела просто... Я не помню, мне сделано ли достижение, поэтому я хотела его переделать. Ну ладно.
Take your true form!
One with nature.
Transfiguration!
The wind knows.
Obey! Everybody stand!
As one with wind and cloud.
Do your master's bidding!
Time for retribution.
Похоже, ничего не нужно. Это хорошо. Я это... Нет.
One with nature.
We're gonna fall. This time, we're really gonna fall. So, bottom. Otherwise, that could have ended very differently.
Павел, ну уж ты-то плавать умеешь?
That sealing's on the move again. Let's catch up with it.
Вернее,
Different about this stone
что я
wall.
заговариваюсь.
Let's take a closer look.
Плавать-то она не умеет, но летать-то, блин, умеешь. Ага, тут мы тупо толкаем. Ты не толкай. О, прикольно. Эй, а я чуяла, что тут есть секрет. А тут сундучок. Сейчас перепроверю. Окей. Угу.
Unleash! One with nature. Into the wind. Clouds high.
My will embodied.
One with nature.
My will embodied. By ordinance divine.
Into the wind. One with nature.
Take your true form.
The wind's moving.
Teamwork is true.
Retribution!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Transfiguration in your dream.
Into the wind.
Manifest.
Look, over there! Could that be the sunset vermilionite?
Да, мне вечно нужно залезть куда-нибудь. На хвост похоже сзади. А, вот что это
Is
такое.
this it? Is this the sunset vermilionite? It's so huge. That's true, but then again, why isn't it floating?
Plaustrite doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinary stones, but it weighs around the same amount. Only after being activated does Plaustrite reveal its true nature. Breaking
Wow, Shenhe, you seem to know everything about this.
only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has some time to spare, she'll come straight for me and start telling story after. I don't care for her stories most of the time. I certainly didn't expect them to ever come in handy.
Hold on a sec. If we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back to. But if we don't activate it, how else are we gonna lift it?
Don't worry. I can handle the weight quite easily.
Are you sure? Be careful.
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a Plaustrite sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and my safety.
Конечно.
That's right. Paimon's sure you can handle it and everything. But if something this heavy lands on you, you're gonna get yourself hurt, no matter who you are. You gotta be extra careful when lifting heavy objects. It's just common sense.
Is it now? Well then, thank you. I'll go on ahead with the Plaustrite. Let's meet at the building site later.
Знаете, так мило, что Паймон беспокоится и о всех наших, так сказать, союзниках.
Rock all by herself. Adepti super strength much? We can't slow down yet. Let's go meet her at the building site.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's got to be one of those adepti, surely.
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the coming year I may reap a more bountiful salary.
Какая жизненная молитва.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item.
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute now.
Shenhe and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. No wonder. The rarest talent turns in the... But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper, it's secretary.
Окей.
Okay then, Miss Secretary, what do you think of the rock we found? Pretty amazing, right?
In truth, it is the finest piece of Plaustrite we have received so far. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber. As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as accommodations for the contestants.
Но у нас есть чайник.
Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there's...
Shenhe, just now on the way over, pretty much everyone was singing your praises.
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? So strange. Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon can't help but hold her head up high and break into a big smug smile.
I've had similar compliments before. They call me
Какая
an adeptus.
халатная.
Treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart from the common folk.
Yeah, 'cause that's how Adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive too. Way different than normal people.
Ну, Ганью была милая.
But I am not.
Не адепт.
Shenhe?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just a little fatigued.
Well, Byron said that there are some makeshift hotels we can use.
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place.
You can't do that. Instead, when you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy...
Okay. If you insist.
Great! Now we're talking. Let's head to our hotel.
Кстати, блин, чё они тут настроили? Пока только леса строительные. Ну, в принципе, это здорово.
Hi there. Checking in, are we? Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant... So, business is booming.
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. Here are your keys. All right. Hope you enjoy your...
Shenhe, you should... Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here.
Пайман лишь бы пожрать.
Let's buy one for Shenhe too. She can have it as a midnight snack. Or...
All right. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you know.
Hey, isn't that Cloud Retainer? What's she doing here? Let's go and say...
Приглядывает за ученицей. При этом она, собственно, на нее похожа. Что меня это смущает.
One trusts you have met Shenhe. So, are you getting along?
So far, so good. Yeah.
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shenhe.
Cool. So, what's her Adeptus name anyway? Calling her Shenhe feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful. So...
Her Adeptus name? Why, pray tell, would Shenhe have an Adeptus name?
Don't all Adepti have a special title they go by?
On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shenhe is human.
Нет, то есть серьезно, просто человек, просто тетушка чугуна. Как-то даже слишком обычно.
Right. Paimon neither. This is a real surprise.
Do you mean to say that she presents differently from ordinary human beings?
Well, to start with, her
Ah, yes. She was like that. One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god. Inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remains incarnate.
Ага.
That sounds so dangerous.
6 лет уже победила.
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but also one dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction.
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that day, Shenhe...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding.
That's still so dangerous, though. Why was a tiny little kid
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind. And indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practicing the However, her homicidal urges did not subside with Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, she is prone to bring harm to
Звучит
those
немного
around her.
жестоко все равно. Я понимаю, что для ее
Such is
блага,
the
но...
magnitude. Red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem... It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shenhe's path has crossed with yours, please be sure to treasure the gift that fate has given you.
Oh, now Paimon gets...
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion. Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era if she handles it admirably. One is willing to be a witness to her achievements. Let us conclude our conversation here for today.
Короче, приглядывают на случай, если что-то пойдет
A
не так.
human raised by the Adepti is precisely what
So, Shenhe isn't an Adeptus after all. She just grew up around the Adepti. Oh, no wonder she doesn't like being treated as an Adeptus. Having everyone falling over themselves to show their respect all the time must be kind of hard to deal with.
Все, закончили, можем мотать время.
Hey, so, Shenhe...
Master has relayed my situation to you.
Oh? How did you know?
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going. I was worried that something may have happened to you. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely. After all, Master is... very talkative.
Sorry, Shenhe. Paimon had you down as an Adeptus this whole time, but it turns out Paimon was wrong.
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner. Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable.
Потому что у нас
Instead, you treated
привычка
me as you would a friend.
дружить с адептами, с богами, с кем угодно. У нас есть пацан, воспитанный волками, у нас есть буквально 3 архонта, один из которых прям действующий. Жрица. Блин, сама Нингуан, собственно. Другой адепт. Несколько штук даже. Все-таки Ганьюй, Ян Фэй, Сяо. Короче, у нас слишком много всяких ребят.
For this, I am very grateful indeed.
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real Adepti, too. Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend. Whether you're an Adeptus or a human isn't the important thing. First and foremost, we're just plain old friends.
Кстати, еще есть демон.
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I have to do, I must say I like the title friend very much indeed.
Great! Well, now that we're all rested up, but before we do that, let's go to the building site and after all, sunset vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts many Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shenhe. Try it! They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Айдол и тот новый герой, имя которое я забываю.
Look! Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky! But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Bylon! And hey, Beto! And hey! Person Paimon doesn't know?
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into two phases. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once...
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, the construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the...
Beto? You're joining the...
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it up.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're...
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is... sorry, not sure we've met. Shenhe. I am their... friend. Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew.
Тебе всего лишь бы команду набрать.
Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along very well indeed. To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connection. Wow. So it looks like the three of us are competitors now. Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help her win.
In that case, I have a proposal to make. Lady Ningguang said that the first three contestants to procure all three materials will be awarded the chance to ask... Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top... Sounds great, but how does that change things?
I think the plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all three of us managed to get our hands on it. How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh. Interesting approach. Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore.
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever... I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Кстати, звучит не вполне честно, ну, то есть...
Let's go. By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang Yunjin?
Хотя бы какие цели
I'm
все.
looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent judgment, so I... Ooh, what's the opera called? Paimon wants to go see it.
У меня такое ощущение, что половина города вас ненавидит, наших героев. Типа, одной узнать о брате, хотя что там особого Нингуан может сказать, когда этот гад тусуется в бездне. Она про оперу, что хочет спросить Бэйдом, я даже не уверена, что хочу знать. Хотя в моих мечтах этот вопрос должен звучать как «Будешь моей женой».
The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit and an adept. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Ладно, пошли к Джуню. А почему рыбки мы первого захотели купить? Мне даже сейчас Стало интересно заглянуть к Мао. Ничего такого не продает. Вроде. Или продают. Лапша борода дракона. Раньше не видел. Что у меня тут остальное есть по мелочи? Потом приготовлю. Чё?
Ah, hello.
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were...
Of course I have.
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you
Yunjin? Stage use. Oh, so you must be Miss Yoon. Sorry. My brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of you, Miss Yoon. So, you're here to ask about wonder cores, huh? As it happens, the types of ore needed to make wonder cores are a little hard to come by.
No, we were gonna ask...
Sure. Well, you'll need to, if I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her star splinter iron from the mount. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. I'm really not sure. So, of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice...
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation... I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration.
Короче, потопали в горы.
I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. The divine damsel of devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. What's the story about, though? It's the story of a girl becoming a hero. Cool. A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite. The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be... In that village, there was a loving couple who were The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband, the vile and vicious monster, told the villagers, if you want to live, you must... What a nasty piece of work! Ugh. But the monster was so terrible and so strong that just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to... No! Don't do it, little girl! Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair. Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of... And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air.
I really like this story, but I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire...
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Oop!
Нам явно основано на реальных событиях. Пункт 1. Я хочу собрать печать. Отлично. О! Резонируем, резонируем. Ничего не горит. Ну, особо-то. Я теперь хочу полюбоваться всеми героями. Хотя, в принципе, да. О!
I am the man!
Ну-ка. Ну да, корректно. Ей нечем. Скорее всего, глаза других богов тоже не горят.
Don't disappoint me.
Круто. Блин, а на каком-нибудь Альбедо это смотрится вообще потрясающе.
Company, fall in!
We may leave at any time.
Да, учитывая, что у него тоже на груди, а у него там еще звездочка на горле, у него это у Альбедо должно быть клево. Так, а Джин? Где Джин вообще носит?
Make sure to keep up.
Time for some training?
Они, по сути, на одном месте носят.
Leave it.
Ну, круто, круто, да. Может, потом подрежу этот момент.
The campaign begins.
Ладно, собираем и где там еще было?
This should be enough star splinter iron. Now we just need to find that Subrosium.
I think I saw a village on our way here. Master Zhong said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
Я хочу еще забраться наверх. Просто потому что хочу.
One with nature. The wind knows me. Time to go. One with nature.
Здорово.
Into the wind.
Everybody stand back!
I will end this. Let's end this quickly. This isn't good.
Ничего больше интересного нету. Ну ладно, пошли в деревню все-таки.
Hey, there really is someone here. Yunjin, looks like you were right. Excuse us, sir. Huh. He didn't seem to catch.
Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask if you have.
Так, у
Is
чувака
he
что-то
trying
не
to tell
так.
us to look for clues in the village? Well, Shenhua, Yunjin, let's have a look.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's
Shenhe.
Shin. You're alive. The rumors were true. I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium. But this place is deserted now. No one ever comes here.
Huh? You know this guy, Shenhua?
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take. Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention toward.
Okay, then let's see what.
I came back here once before. A few years. It was deserted then, too. Except for a few low-life bandits. Everyone and everything I remembered was long gone. I tried explaining to them that I wasn't an adeptus. Just when I saw how run down all these houses were, I felt at a loss. It was like
Suddenly, so much time has gone by.
Last time I visited, I felt so upset.
It is easy for your mind to run wild when you are alone.
Yes, my friends.
Похоже, старый знакомый. Ну, сошедший ли с ума дед? Дед, дядюшка.
What's this?
У меня что-то зависло, и мне это не нравится. А, все. Oh.
So, Shenhe is the divine damsel? Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus, so that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat. According to this text, and she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the. Oh, the truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation.
Герои с глазом Бога имеют самые печальные истории. Хотя тут, в принципе, у всех одно сплошное битое стекло.
Oh, looks like my... So it seems that Shenhe's father thought he was summoning a benevolent deity using a magic incantation. But in fact, he summoned an evil god's remains, which took the form of a monster. His obsessive yearning for his deceased wife led to a terrible tragedy. Still, I do wonder what the...
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of Subrosium. Let's have a look over there.
So sad.
This is it.
На закате посмотреть на солнце.
So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake. Let's go back and tell Shen.
Так, ну-ка.
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing I bring flowers back here every year.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, there is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not...
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
Shenhe, we're back.
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. I'll tell you more about the...
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shenhe, look. This tells us how to...
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me...
It's okay. I like your version.
But,
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society. So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way.
Don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the...
Shenhe! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! Let's go!
Паймон, не сбивай.
Can't let someone else beat us to it!
Паймон, ты бессовестная. То на утро отмотай, то на ночь. О. А вот и адепт.
What brings you here? Have they found a solution to the danger in the sea? Ningguang didn't tell you. Something has happened in Guyan Stone Forest. According to the contract, as an Adeptus, I should not get involved for now. But these things can be unpredictable. I have a only a single mountain lies between here and Liyue Harp. If things get out of control, I will defend this place myself.
Самоуверенный, однако, парень. А если не смогешь, то чё? Ну ладно.
That's everything we need! Let's head back and report in! Paimon's curious if Beto's made any progress.
В смысле два куска, если у нас один. Ну ладно.
Oh, it's you. Seaside. Dangerous. Chi-Chi is helping with the evacuation. Yes, Ningguang said there's something bad in the sea, so she sent Chi-Chi to evacuate everyone. But no one will listen to Chi-Chi. So instead, Chi-Chi is guarding this place. If danger comes, Chi-Chi will protect everyone.
Ты ж моя радость.
Don't go near the sea. It's too dangerous.
Ты ж моя ласточка. Никого тут больше нету. Вроде катсцен должно было где-то ошиваться, я слышала. Ах, она, наверное, в другом месте. Сейчас поищем. Я просто где-то видела отрывки диалогов.
I don't know where this wrath comes from, so let's keep our distance for the time being.
Ну, когда есть опасность, мы лезем прям в самое пекло. Ну-ка, что тут есть интересного? Не подходите, не подходите. Нам уже двое сказали, что тут какая-то фигня. Это уже становится интересным. Тут вроде как обычно все. Ё-моё, сколько руды всякой. Ура! Все не прошло даром. В общем, вот здесь, вот в лесу Гуюнь, я нашла, во-первых, еще вот такой вот руды. Что меня немножко... А, это полночный нефрит, что я... А разве он при свете дня такого цвета или ему редизайнчик сделали? Что мне казалось, что он другого оттенка. Ну ладно. И все-таки... Катсин.
Traveler, Paimon. I wasn't expecting. What brings you here? You'll have to make it quick, I'm afraid. I really can't afford to. As you can see, we're working personally. I consider this project to be of greater importance than. I just hope we can complete it.
А может, расскажешь, что это? Ну, не, я догадываюсь, что это баллисты.
A new type of Guizhong ballista. Ningguang commissioned an expert to dismantle and study the Guizhong ballista. This design is a step down from the Adepti's original Guizhong ballista in terms. It's also considerably easier to assemble, and I am confident it will prove very useful.
Ну, короче, она обеспечивает оборону. Ладно, пойдемте отнесем все-таки квестовые руды. Как обычно, то что-то зацепляюсь.
So,
This is some top quality ore you found. Guess now it's my time to shine.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen.
Leave the wonder course to me. I'll work on it, don't worry.
much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next.
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about making sigils. When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you. And I'll take care of those Adepti sigils.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, but now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Майдол, тебе лишь бы набрать в команду и споить всех.
Thank you.
Зато я люблю.
So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use your...
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to...
Могли бы что-нибудь показать? Как-то обидно. Что за кадром такую?
The sigils are ready. Though they are in some...
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets...
Сомневаюсь, что с талисманом адептов нас кто-то опередит. В крайнем случае, это будет грубая подделка. Чё? А это откуда такой квест вылез? Потом отнесем. Привет.
Ningguang's little secretary! We found all the materials!
Oh! All three of you found them together. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are...
What? It's over already? I haven't even...
So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the
Huh? Where's Beto?
Captain Beto has some business to attend to. She will...
Alright then. Guess we'll head up. This has been a long time.
Ага. Интересно посмотреть на новый нефритовый дворец. Пока с ним ничего такого не сделали.
Combine the Adepti sigils with the Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment. The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Thank you all for your work.
Yeah!
Miss Yun, I've already heard something.
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first performance right here in the newly
Грандиозненько.
built Jade Chamber? The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Then I will prepare my...
You're quite welcome. It's truly...
A traveler, Shenhe, Paimon, I'll be leaving now.
You're next. What is your question? I should clarify. I do not...
Wow, you're a mind reader, Ningguang.
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connect... If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement.
Wow.
Your question was written all over your face. Now, so I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may...
Oh, great! So next time no more questions from us. Shenhe, you...
Me?
Yes, this is a group...
Thank you. But
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, just don't waste it. Hold on a second. Paimon can probably think of another one.
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging.
A sense of belonging?
Yes. To become fond of a place. Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue, and you will become accustomed to it. In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can...
I see.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet. I'm a little later than expected.
Come on, Beidou. It's your turn. Do you have a question for Ning?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well
Да
get involved with the
ладно
contest.
тебе, вот обламываете, обломщики.
Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not going to be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millilith have set up an ambush.
Glad to hear it. Watch your back. Stay alert.
Beidou? Ningguang?
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation.
Когда речь говорит о неприятных вещах, нам как раз-таки лучше быть в курсе, потому что нам потом их разгребать.
When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform. At that time, I dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen in all 7 nations of Teyvat. My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world. And I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence!
Евгений, пора. Начинаем отсчет, через сколько нам придется его разрушить. Аккуратно, не навернись с края, дорогуша. Да нет, да не может все быть вот так вот. Да они даже тайм-аутом недельку не сделали. Ах, опять оставили. И опять. Мы даже внутрь не зашли же. Да вы стебете.
Right on cue. The Avenger of the Vortex, Beisht.
Who is that?
Osial's wife. Final follower of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Sounds like you knew this was coming.
А, это не
Beidou
Осалу,
said
это его
something was
женушка.
stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well, let's go fetch the Adepta.
No.
Huh?
In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome this crisis on our strength alone.
Дорогуша, ты там Гильгамеша приемчик подрезала? Стрелять не будем просто обстреливаться.
All hands! Tsunami incoming!
А вот Забеллу страшно. А там что еще?
What's that? Wait! A giant wave!
Там все накроет? Что планируешь сделать? Вот это нас печатало. Господи. Нас постоянно спасают адепты, да? Ну, то есть... Вообще, в принципе, нас кто-то вечно спасает.
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all. At least if you die, I can bring her back.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
Так то робить. Кстати, а Кацинчик-то в новом наряде я не обратила внимания сначала. Кто ты? Ой, суицидница. Чё ты тут делаешь? Где мы хоть формально-то? А, бог его знает где, я понял.
I may be nearing the end of my stamina, but in a fight to the death, I think I have the upper hand.
Типа сражаемся как с Двалином, только это... Платформа другой формы или чё? Как еще вы предполагаете с ней драться? А, окей. А, это штука о 3 головах.
Transfiguration.
Да, непривычненько так драться. У меня даже лучника нет. Для того, чтобы что-нибудь такое выкинуть. Ну ладно. Сейчас разберемся.
Transfiguration. One with nature. Everybody
Stand
As one with wind and cloud.
Transfiguration!
Wind strider.
There is no escape!
Do your master's bidding!
My will embodied!
Into the wind. The wind knows.
Это ладно. Давай ты выдернешься чуть поближе.
My will embodied! Take your true form!
Не достаю.
Inazuma shines eternal! Shine!
One with nature.
Illusion shattered!
Into the wind. Time to go.
Damn you!
Shouldn't we go after her?
Вряд ли мы
This
сможем.
place is unstable. It is too risky to continue pursuing her. If the place collapsed, the consequences would be disastrous. Let's head back. I'm just a little exhausted. Otherwise, fine. I wanted to deal with it myself. I didn't expect you to follow me. Don't worry. She's not coming back anytime soon. After an injury like that, she'll likely...
How did things go underwater?
Ну, змеюка убралась.
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water. It didn't take too much effort to finish the job.
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted. When you...
Lady Ningguang, the fleet reports that the sea monster has left Guyan Stone Forest and the surround...
Thank you. How are the Millilith?
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command, our losses were minimal. Of course, we owe huge thanks to this young lady for her help. On behalf of the entire Millilith, thank you for your service.
Great. Then next time I watch Miss Yun's opera, I'll be able to take the compliments. I wasn't trying to be a hero, though. I just wanted to protect you.
О, боже, как мило. Все хотят нас спасти, а я разрываюсь от того, с кем шиперить ГГ. +1. Что я могу сказать? У меня скоро соберется прекрасный гаремчик.
Let the soldiers recuperate, but don't let your guard down. If she returns with a...
Yes, ma'am.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
You wish to hear one's opinion. Well, things would have hardly gone so smoothly had it not been for Shenhe.
That I do not deny. However, final victory was always going to be ours, even had things been a little more arduous.
Да и Шаньхай, я напомню, человек, так что формально все работает хорошо. Люди защитили себя.
If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
Да уж. Дорогуша, ты точно дорожишь нефритовым дворцом? А то ты их меняешь, похоже, как перчатки.
One has observed your adaptation of the Guizhong ballista, and find oneself compelled to admit that you have evidenced some degree of novel thinking. You have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis in advance. This is considerable progress compared to the last time. Hence, on balance, one finds your performance during this trial.
While the position of Tianquan remains mine, I will always ensure
Shenhe, one saw you secretly venture out from the mountains a few years ago, and noticed the air of dejection. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has been a different experience.
Yes. I can't explain it, but I feel happier than I expected.
Переглядываться именно с ГГ.
Good. Traveler, please take good care of Shenhe. She is a dear child.
Нам ее прям уверяют. Дорогуша, может, ты мне выпадешь? Я обещаю о тебе заботиться.
In fact, one has many fond memories of Shenhe's childhood that she may be interested to hear about.
Боже, почему хранитель облаков как такая тетушка, которая всех пытается поставить в неудобное положение?
There'll be no need for that.
Вот, даже Шэньхэу, который как бы эмоции немножечко заблокированы, считает, что это, мягко говоря, излишне.
Oh. They are all like this.
Дамочка, потому что ваш подход ужасен.
Fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you. One shall be going homeward now.
Please, have a good rest. Come to the Jade Chamber when you have recovered your energy. We must celebrate both the completion of the Jade Chamber and the fact...
Урашки! Ура! Ни с кем нельзя поговорить. Нет? Ну ладно. Двигаем тогда. О, мы можем телепортироваться теперь прямо во дворец. Кипура. Хоть толком осмотреть теперь его сможем.
Wow! Everyone's already seated! It's Paimon's first time attending a banquet in the Jade Chamber. The food here...
All of you here are my distinguished guests. I am... Those who don't drink alcohol, please, help yourself to other beverages. Fine wine is a delight to the senses, but it is far from the only one. I trust you will find the marvelous view from the Jade Chamber to be an equally gratifying indulgence.
И Нингуан туда же.
Have you heard? Miss Yun's going to be performing today.
Sure have. Honestly, it's the main reason I'm here. I hear she's going to perform the Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Hey! Look! Miss Yun is going on stage!
Ну-ка, ну-ка, ну-ка. Интересно же.
到这里本该接近尾声，但今日我再添一笔，唱与诸位听。彼时鹤归，茫茫天地无依靠，孤身离去。今日再会，新朋旧友坐满堂，共聚此时。
Красиво.
Personally, I thought I sang rather well. It was beautiful. Paimon wants to learn too.
It was wonderful. Also, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks to you, the Divine Damsel of Devastation is a more nuanced tale than ever. The play has an ending, but life goes on. I believe you will find a way to fit in Liyue Harbor.
Thank you. I think I've found the opportunity
Ms. Yun! Here you are. Great, huh? Hey, this young lady with the white hair looks like some kind of VIP. Wait, you're the girl from the opera, aren't you? The Divine Damsel herself. And look who else we have here.
Дядь, ты пьян.
Let me pull up a chair. All right.
Alternatively, you could leave us alone. That is, if you'd prefer to finish your drink via the orifice of your own choice.
Uh-oh, this feels all too familiar. Shenhe's back to her old self again.
Возможно, но я с ней согласна.
Hey, what are you doing?
Calm down, Shenhe. Calm down.
О, боже. Да, это просто вау. О.
Now that I think about it, I'm sure I have much to learn.
To act, one must after our trip to Mount Tianheng together. Next time I have a new opera.
You've made an exceptional contribution. I will not forget this.
Так, ну вроде все, можно завершать.